Across millennia, a singular vision has captivated the hearts of millions: the rebuilding of a sacred edifice, the Third Temple in Jerusalem. This is not merely an architectural dream, but a profound prophecy, a geopolitical flashpoint, and a spiritual imperative. Its potential realization looms as one of the most complex and potentially explosive issues of our time. We stand at a precipice where ancient prophecies, modern political realities, and deeply held religious convictions converge. The narrative of the Third Temple weaves through the annals of history, echoing through sacred texts and resonating in contemporary corridors of power. It is a story of faith, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of destiny. This exploration delves into the profound significance of the Temple Mount, a site revered by billions yet perpetually contested. Its future remains shrouded in anticipation, a question that hangs heavy over the holy city. What forces are at play, and what does the future hold for this hallowed ground? The very mention of the Third Temple ignites fervent hope for some, while for others, it portends unimaginable conflict. It is a concept that transcends mere theology, impacting global diplomacy and the delicate balance of power in the Middle East. The world watches, perhaps unknowingly, as ancient texts whisper of a future yet to unfold. At the heart of this unfolding drama lies the profound influence of a spiritual giant, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, the seventh Lubavitcher Rebbe. His teachings and prophecies, particularly concerning the coming of the Messiah, have deeply impacted Israeli political thought and action. Among those most profoundly touched was Benjamin Netanyahu. Netanyahu, a young diplomat at the time, found himself drawn into the Rebbe's orbit, receiving counsel and blessings that would shape his political trajectory. The Rebbe's words, often cryptic yet potent, were interpreted by Netanyahu as a direct mandate, a divine calling to prepare the way for a messianic era. This was not mere political strategy, but a spiritual covenant. The Rebbe's prophetic pronouncements, particularly those hinting at an imminent redemption, became a powerful catalyst. For many, these words ignited the belief that the construction of the Third Temple was not just a distant hope, but a tangible, approaching reality. It was seen as a necessary step in the unfolding of divine will. This intertwining of political ambition with religious destiny created a unique dynamic. Netanyahu's rise to power was, for some, inextricably linked to the Rebbe's vision, imbuing his leadership with a sense of sacred purpose. He was perceived as an instrument, chosen for a momentous task. The ultimate interpretation of the Rebbe's message, as understood by Netanyahu and his supporters, was a singular, awe-inspiring charge: to hand the scepter to the Messiah. This was not a metaphorical gesture, but a literal preparation for the arrival of a Redeemer, with the Third Temple as a central, indispensable component of that redemption. The Six-Day War of 1967 stands as a pivotal moment in the modern history of Jerusalem, a conflict that reshaped the geopolitical landscape. In a stunning military victory, Israeli forces captured the Old City, including the Temple Mount, a site of unparalleled emotional and religious significance for the Jewish people. For 2 millennia, access had been denied. The liberation of the Western Wall, the last remnant of the Second Temple, evoked an outpouring of raw emotion and spiritual fervor. It was a moment of profound historical resonance, a return to a sacred heartland after centuries of exile. The air was thick with the weight of history and the promise of prophecy. Yet, in a decision that continues to reverberate with controversy and consequence, Israel's leadership chose to cede administrative control of the Temple Mount back to the Islamic Waqf. This act, intended to de-escalate tensions and preserve religious harmony, became a source of enduring contention. It was a strategic concession with profound spiritual implications. This decision is often presented as a pivotal moment, a deliberate pause in the prophetic clock. For many, it was an act of restraint, a deferral of a divine mandate. For others, it was a missed opportunity, a failure to reclaim fully what was seen as an undeniable spiritual inheritance. The Temple Mount, known to Muslims as Haram al-Sharif, remains a source of ongoing debate and tension. Its sacred ground, hallowed by multiple faiths, embodies the intractable nature of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The question of its ultimate sovereignty continues to fuel religious and political passions, a constant reminder of unresolved claims. Within the hallowed halls of the Knesset, Israel's parliament, the discourse surrounding the Third Temple is far from theoretical. It is a vibrant, often impassioned discussion that reflects deep-seated religious convictions and burgeoning political aspirations. The idea of building the Third Temple is steadily gaining traction among certain factions. This support is particularly strong among Orthodox Jewish members and their constituents, who view the temple's reconstruction as a religious imperative and a sign of ultimate redemption. For them, it is not a matter of if, but when and how. Their voices grow louder, their demands more insistent. The debate often centers on a profound question, one that challenges the very essence of national identity and purpose. If Israel is prepared to fight for its very survival, to defend its borders and its people with unwavering resolve, why then should it not fight for the temple? This question resonates deeply with many. For proponents, the temple is not merely a historical relic, but the spiritual heart of the Jewish nation, a symbol of its divine covenant. Its absence is seen as an incompleteness, a void that must be filled for true national and spiritual fulfillment. This conviction fuels their political advocacy. These discussions within the Knesset are not confined to the fringes. They represent a growing segment of Israeli society that believes the time for passive waiting is over. The aspiration for the Third Temple is moving from the realm of prophecy into the arena of practical political discourse, demanding attention and action. Beneath the fervent aspirations for the Third Temple lies a complex and often contentious archaeological and historical debate. A fundamental uncertainty persists regarding the precise location of the original temples, those built by Solomon and later by Herod. This ambiguity fuels scholarly dispute and religious caution. Archaeologists, rabbis, and historians engage in rigorous, sometimes heated discussions about where Solomon's temple truly stood. Traditional understanding places it beneath the dome of the rock, but alternative theories propose locations slightly to the north or south, or even within the existing structures. Each theory carries immense implications. This uncertainty amplifies the potential for conflict over the site. If the exact spot is unknown, any attempt at reconstruction risks desecrating existing holy sites or violating deeply held religious prohibitions. The ground itself becomes a battleground of interpretation and historical claim. Some theories suggest that Herod, in his ambitious expansion of the Second Temple complex, may have shifted structures 2,000 years ago, further complicating the precise identification of the original Holy of Holies. This historical fluidity adds layers of complexity to an already sensitive issue. Among the faithful, a profound caution prevails, the fear of inadvertently treading where only priests once walked, particularly into the sacred space of the Holy of Holies. This reverence for ancient lore and tradition dictates extreme care, even as the desire for the temple's return burns brightly. The weight of history and sanctity demands meticulous discernment. While debates rage and political discussions unfold, one organization stands as a testament to unwavering dedication: the Temple Institute in Jerusalem. For decades, this institute has undertaken extensive, meticulous preparations for the Third Temple's construction, transforming ancient prophecy into tangible reality. Their work is a profound act of faith. The Institute's workshops are alive with the creation of sacred artifacts, each piece crafted according to biblical specifications. From the golden menorah to the intricate priestly garments, every item is designed for immediate use upon the temple's rebuilding. These are not museum pieces, but instruments of future worship. Their efforts extend beyond ritual objects to comprehensive architectural plans, meticulously drawn to replicate the dimensions and design of the Second Temple. These blueprints are ready, awaiting the moment of construction, a testament to their unwavering belief in the temple's imminent return. The vision is clear, the plans complete. This relentless preparation underscores the urgency and anticipation surrounding the issue. For the Temple Institute and its supporters, the Third Temple is not a distant dream but a project on the verge of realization. Their work serves as a constant, visible reminder of this profound aspiration. Sacred vessels crafted with precision and devotion stand ready. Priestly robes, woven from pure linen and adorned with precious stones, await their wearers. Architectural plans, detailed and comprehensive, are poised for implementation. All is prepared, awaiting the signal the moment when prophecy becomes concrete. The path to the Third Temple's realization is fraught with profound implications, leading to a spectrum of potential scenarios, each with its own dramatic weight. One possibility, perhaps the most hopeful, envisions a peaceful agreement, a miraculous consensus among religious leaders. Could Muslim leaders voluntarily move existing structures, paving the way for a shared future? Another, more foreboding scenario speaks of a catastrophic event. Ancient texts and modern anxieties whisper of earthquakes, natural disasters, or even divine intervention clearing the site. Such an event, while potentially fulfilling prophecy, would undoubtedly unleash unimaginable chaos and suffering. The very thought is chilling. The narrative of the Third Temple concludes with a haunting, inescapable question. Will this sacred edifice be built through an act of profound peace and reconciliation, or will its emergence be born from the crucible of conflict and upheaval? The answer holds the key to Jerusalem's future and perhaps the world's. The Temple Mount, a small patch of hallowed ground, stands as more than just a physical location. It is prophecy suspended in mid-air, a nexus of ancient promises and modern geopolitical tensions. Its fate is inextricably linked to the destiny of nations and the spiritual aspirations of billions. Jerusalem, the eternal city, waits. It waits for its fate to be decided, for the next chapter in its long, tumultuous history to unfold. The Third Temple, a symbol of ultimate redemption for some and a harbinger of global conflict for others, remains the most potent and volatile question mark on the world stage.